Conflict between new diversions and in-stream use along the Columbian Snake, we just talked about that, water sharing, and this Hanford leaching. Those are all on the top of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers wish list. These are priorities that they have to try and solve. So, the question is, we either negotiate from strength, or we terminate and start with a clean slate. From what I've seen so far, I am not at all convinced that we are prepared to negotiate from strength on this deal. I just haven't seen it, and I'm not an expert. I've looked at this in a deep dive over the last 4 days, but I just don't see where the big guns are being amassed to be able to negotiate strongly for the next 30 or 60 years or whatever. I think, in my opinion, that the deal needs to be terminated and started over again. I think the attitude of the Americans that will pay you 10%, the response of the Canadians should be, we'll cancel the treaty, move to an on-call basis, and begin study of many things, one of which might be decommissioning. Included in that would be charging you actually for what you're going to use that water for, and having a whole new regime in terms of how that treaty operates if you want to continue to operate aspects of it. And interestingly, as I was thinking about this, termination is probably the only way to get that out from under NAFTA. The 2.25 million acre feet will remain under NAFTA. But the Columbia Treaty, the 15.5 million acre feet, it was envisaged all along to be potentially terminated by either party. There was no expectation on the part of the Americans that this would continue forever. There was a recognition on the part of both parties that the term of this treaty was 60 years and it would be up to the parties to decide what would happen after that. So my thinking on this, and I think this is why you need a lawyer, but is that if you terminate it, you take it out from under that NAFTA umbrella, and then any steps forward, you would have to make sure you had explicit clauses right up in the front. Nothing in this has any connection to NAFTA. This is NAFTA exempt on both parties.